Hey everyone, and welcome to this deep dive. Today we're going global. Like we're literally going around the world to explore some super inspiring acts of kindness.
Oh, I love this topic.
Yeah.
Kindness is my favorite.
So we're taking a look at this segment from Heartbeat, Human Connections. And they highlighted the top 10 acts of kindness from around the world.
Top 10.
Yeah, so get ready to be amazed because these stories are not just heartwarming, but they really make you think about the power of human connection.
The power of human connection.
Yeah.
So important.
I know.
I think what's fascinating to me is how these seemingly simple acts can have such a profound impact, not just on the individuals, but kind of on a global scale.
Yeah.
It really speaks to our shared humanity and that desire for connection
It does.
that goes beyond borders and cultures.
It's like a reminder that even when the world feels divided, we're all connected
We are.
through compassion.
Totally.
So to kick things off, let's jump right into the first few stories from our list. Starting with Act 10, we find ourselves in Tokyo, where an elderly woman who was living alone was feeling super isolated and forgotten.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, it is.
But this is where the power of community shines through.
Okay.
So instead of just feeling sorry for her, the local schoolchildren decided to take action.
What did they do?
They gathered outside of her home and serenaded her with songs,
Oh,
bringing her joy and connection right to her doorstep.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's such a heartwarming image, and it just highlights how these small gestures can make a huge difference in someone's life.
Yeah.
This act of kindness went viral, and it resonated with so many people because it speaks to that universal desire for connection, especially as we age.
Absolutely. Especially as we age.
Yeah.
It reminds us of the importance of intergenerational connections
Mhm.
and the role that each generation plays in supporting one another.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful example of how a community can come together to combat loneliness and just create that sense of belonging.
Totally. And speaking of communities coming together, let's shift gears and travel to New York City for Act 9.
Ooh, New York.
We meet a subway musician who experiences a setback when his guitar was damaged.
Oh, man, that's his livelihood.
I know, but then in this moment of unexpected generosity, a complete stranger steps in and gives him a brand new guitar.
Wow, a brand new guitar.
Yeah.
That's incredible. What's really interesting is the anonymity of this.
Yeah.
There's no expectation of recognition or reward,
Right.
just a pure act of kindness extended to someone in need.
I love that.
And it makes you wonder, is there something even more powerful about giving when you don't expect anything in return?
It adds another layer to the idea of selfless giving.
Yeah.
The musician's reaction was caught on video, and his joy and surprise really resonated with so many people online.
Of course.
I think it speaks to that human element of wanting to believe in the good in others. It gives us hope.
Right. It reinforces the idea that even in a fast-paced, often impersonal city like New York, acts of kindness can still occur, reminding us of the potential for connection and empathy
Everywhere.
that exists everywhere.
Speaking of Empathy, Act 8 takes us to Nairobi, where a young entrepreneur is making a tangible impact on his community by addressing a very practical need.
Okay, I'm listening.
He set up a station to provide free shoes to children who couldn't afford them.
Oh, wow.
So this ensures that they have proper footwear to attend school
That's amazing.
comfortably and safely.
It's a fantastic example of how kindness can be targeted to specific needs
Yeah.
within a community.
Totally.
This entrepreneur saw that shoes could be a barrier to education for some children.
And he took action.
He took action to address that inequality.
And what's even more remarkable is that his act of kindness has sparked this broader conversation online about access to education and supporting children in need.
Of course.
It's a reminder that acts of kindness can have this ripple effect that goes beyond the immediate recipient.
A ripple effect.
And inspiring others to get involved.
Exactly. It's not just about the shoes.
Right.
It's about empowering those children
Yeah.
and giving them the opportunity to succeed.
And by sharing his story online,
Yeah.
he's raised awareness and inspired others to contribute to the cause of educational equity.
It's powerful stuff.
Yeah, it's a powerful example of how individual actions can create change within a community
And beyond.
and beyond. Now for Act 7, we find ourselves in London at the Kindness Cafe.
Kindness Cafe, I love it already.
It's this unique establishment where anyone can go for a free meal.
Wow.
No questions asked.
That's amazing.
You know, what I find so compelling about this is that it's focused on breaking down social barriers and providing this welcoming and safe space for people from all walks of life.
It's so important.
In a city as large as London, it's easy to feel isolated
Totally.
and disconnected. The Kindness Cafe offers this place where people can come together, share a meal, and experience that sense of community.
Love that.
It's like a reminder that everyone deserves kindness and support,
Yeah.
regardless of their circumstances. And the fact that this cafe has gained so much attention speaks to this growing awareness of issues like food insecurity and homelessness,
Yeah.
as well as the desire to find solutions that foster human connection
And dignity.
and dignity.
It also challenges our assumptions about what it means to be in need
Yeah.
by offering meals to anyone who walks through the door.
Yeah.
The Kindness Cafe is creating a more inclusive and compassionate community.
Where everyone feels valued.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful example of how kindness can be a catalyst for social change.
I love it.
Now let's take a trip to sunny Los Angeles for Act 6,
Okay.
where we encounter an artist who's using their talent to spread joy and gratitude.
Beautiful.
This artist created a series of murals celebrating the dedication of frontline workers during challenging times.
I love that. I love how this story highlights the power of art to uplift
Yeah.
and inspire.
Holy.
These murals are not just visually stunning, but they serve as this tribute
Mm-hmm.
to the hard work and sacrifices of these essential workers.
Who often go unnoticed.
Exactly.
It's like taking a moment to pause and appreciate those who keep our society running, especially during a crisis. And the fact that these murals have been shared widely online has just amplified their impact, spreading these messages of gratitude and appreciation.
It shows how art can be a universal language,
Yeah.
connecting people through shared emotions and experiences.
It's a celebration of resilience, compassion, and the power of human connection, even in the face of adversity.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful reminder that even amidst difficult times, there's always room for beauty, creativity, and expressions of gratitude.
Always.
Now, before we move on to the top 5, I want to touch on something that's been trending online. The #kindness challenge.
Oh, yeah. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, have you?
Absolutely. It's been heartwarming to see how people are responding to this challenge.
It is.
So simple, yet so powerful.
What is it?
Well, the idea is to perform 3 acts of kindness, no matter how big or small,
Okay.
and share them online.
Using the hashtag.
#kindness challenge.
I love how it encourages people to be more mindful of their actions
Yeah.
and to actively look for ways to spread kindness. It's a great example of how social media can be used to promote positive change
Positive change.
and inspire others to get involved.
And what's interesting is that the challenge doesn't tell you what the acts of kindness should be.
Right.
It could be anything from helping a neighbor with their groceries Yeah. to donating to a charity to just offering a genuine compliment to a stranger.
Yeah.
It's about incorporating kindness into our daily lives and making it a conscious choice.
It really emphasizes that kindness can be woven into everyday moments. It doesn't have to be this grand gesture.
Exactly.
It's about cultivating a mindset of compassion
Yeah.
and making small choices that can brighten someone's day.
Shifting our focus from ourselves to others.
Yes.
And recognizing that even the smallest acts can have a ripple effect.
It creates a more positive and compassionate world.
I love that.
I think we could all use a little more kindness in our lives, don't you think?
We could.
So as we dive into the top 5 acts of kindness, let's keep that #kindness challenge in mind. Maybe it'll spark some ideas and inspire us to participate in our own ways.
I'm definitely feeling inspired already.
Me too.
I can't wait to see what other incredible acts of kindness await us in the top 5. It's a testament to the incredible capacity for compassion that exists within humanity.
And what makes these stories so captivating is that they not only warm our hearts, but they also challenge us to think about how we can each contribute to a kinder world.
Love it.
Okay, let's take a quick break, and then we'll be right back with the top 5.
Welcome back to our deep dive into acts of kindness from all over the world.
We're about to unpack the top 5 stories from Heartbeat. Human connections. And trust me, these are the ones that will stay with you.
I'm ready for more inspiration. What's next on our kindness journey?
Act number 5 brings us to the bustling streets of Mumbai, India. Imagine a delivery driver navigating the chaos of the city when he spots an elderly man struggling with his groceries.
It would have been easy to just keep going, but this driver went above and beyond. What happened next?
He stopped and helped the man gather his groceries, and then walked him all the way home, ensuring his safety and well-being. It's a simple act, but so powerful.
It's a reminder that kindness doesn't have to be grand or elaborate. It's about noticing those around us and offering a helping hand when needed. This story resonated with so many people because it's something we can all relate to.
Exactly. We've all been there, seeing someone in need and debating whether to step in. This driver's actions show that even small gestures can have a huge impact on someone's day.
And the fact that it was captured on video and shared widely online speaks to our collective desire to see more kindness in the world. It's like a little spark of hope that reminds us of the good that exists in humanity.
Speaking of hope, our fourth act of kindness takes us to Sydney, Australia, where a homeless family faced a devastating situation when their makeshift shelter was destroyed by a storm.
This is where the power of community really shines. When faced with this family's plight, the entire neighborhood rallied together, pooling their resources and skills to build them a new temporary home.
It's an incredible example of what can be accomplished when people unite for a common cause. It's a reminder that we're all interconnected and have a responsibility to support one another, especially in times of need.
And it challenges the notion that we're all just individuals fending for ourselves. This story highlights the strength and resilience that can emerge from collective action, demonstrating that we're capable of overcoming challenges when we work together.
It's a beautiful testament to the power of human connection and the potential for communities to create positive change. Now, for act number 3, we're heading back to the United States, to Chicago, where a high school student initiated a ripple effect of generosity at a local coffee shop.
Ah, the classic pay it forward chain. It's amazing how this simple concept can generate such a wave of kindness. Tell me more.
This student, instead of just paying for their own coffee, decided to pay for the person behind them in line. That person, touched by the gesture, did the same for the next person, and so on. The chain continued for hours, spreading joy and generosity throughout the entire coffee shop.
What's fascinating is how this story demonstrates the contagious nature of kindness. It's like a social experiment that reveals our innate desire to reciprocate good deeds and contribute to a positive atmosphere.
It also challenges us to rethink our everyday interactions, to see them as opportunities to make a difference, however small. It's a reminder that we all have the power to initiate acts of kindness and inspire others to do the same.
And it highlights the power of momentum. One small act can set off a chain reaction, creating a ripple effect that extends far beyond the initial gesture. It's a beautiful example of how individual actions can contribute to a more positive and compassionate society.
Now, prepare to be charmed by act number 2, which takes us to the romantic city of Paris. A young girl accompanied by her parents encountered a veteran begging for money. But instead of simply walking by, she decided to do something extraordinary.
Children often have this incredible capacity for empathy and compassion. I'm eager to hear what this little girl did.
She reached into her pocket and gave the veteran her allowance, a small sum of money that represented a significant sacrifice for her. But more importantly, she engaged him in conversation, treating him with respect and dignity.
It's a heartwarming reminder that kindness transcends age and social barriers. This young girl, with her innocent heart, saw a human being in need and responded with empathy and generosity.
Her actions, captured on video and shared widely, touched the hearts of millions around the world. It's a reminder that even the youngest among us can teach us valuable lessons about compassion and the importance of treating everyone with respect.
It's a story that restores our faith in humanity, showing us that kindness and empathy can emerge from the most unexpected places. And now, drumroll please, for the #1 act of kindness on our list, we travel to Johannesburg, South Africa.
Get ready for a story that embodies courage, compassion, and the power of one individual to make a difference. It involves a taxi driver, a lost puppy, and a moment of extraordinary kindness amidst the chaos of city life.
Okay, you've got my attention. I'm eager to hear all about it.
Picture this: rush hour traffic in Johannesburg, cars honking, people rushing, the usual hustle and bustle. Suddenly, a taxi driver spots a tiny puppy, clearly lost and terrified, running amidst the traffic.
That's a dangerous situation for both the puppy and the drivers. It would have been easy to simply keep driving, but this taxi driver did something remarkable.
He didn't hesitate. He pulled over, stopped traffic, risking delays and potential frustration from other drivers, all to rescue this vulnerable creature. He gently scooped up the puppy, bringing it to safety.
His actions speak volumes about his character. It's a reminder that kindness can manifest in even the most unexpected moments amidst the chaos of everyday life.
Absolutely. And this story resonated with people worldwide because it captures that universal desire to protect the innocent and vulnerable. The image of this taxi driver, surrounded by the honking cars, gently cradling this tiny puppy, became a symbol of hope and compassion.
It's a reminder that kindness transcends species. We have a responsibility to care for all living beings, and this taxi driver embodies that beautifully.
So we've journeyed across the globe from Tokyo to Johannesburg, witnessing 10 extraordinary acts of kindness. But the journey doesn't end here.
That's right. These stories are not just meant to warm our hearts, but to inspire us to take action and become agents of kindness in our own lives.
Remember the #kindness challenge we mentioned earlier? It's about actively seeking out opportunities to spread kindness, no matter how big or small.
And it's about sharing those stories, inspiring others, and creating a ripple effect of compassion that extends far beyond our immediate circles.
Exactly. Let's keep the momentum going and continue to explore the power of kindness in our own lives and communities. Wow, what an incredible journey we've been on, exploring these acts of kindness from around the world. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling pretty inspired right now.
Yeah, me too. It's amazing how these stories, though unique in their own ways, all kind of tap into that fundamental human desire.
For connection.
Yeah, for connection and compassion.
They're reminding us that despite our differences, we're all capable of these incredible acts of kindness.
Yes.
And those acts can ripple outwards and touch countless lives.
And what's interesting is how these stories have transcended geographical boundaries.
Totally.
Cultural differences resonating with people all over the world.
Yeah.
It speaks to the universality of kindness.
It does. It's like no matter where we come from or what language we speak, we all share that capacity for empathy
And compassion.
and compassion.
Yeah.
That's what makes these stories so compelling.
And shareable.
And shareable.
They offer this glimmer of hope in
Mhm.
a world that can often feel overwhelming. It reminds us that goodness still exists
It does.
and that we can all play a part in making the world a kinder place.
Speaking of playing a part, I wanted to circle back to the #kindness challenge we mentioned earlier.
Hmm?
Have you been thinking about any acts of kindness you might want to try?
Yeah, I have actually. It's got me thinking about all the small things we can do every day to brighten someone's day.
Okay.
Maybe it's offering a genuine compliment to a colleague, or helping an elderly neighbor with their groceries, or even just sending a thoughtful text message to a friend who's going through a tough time.
Those are all great ideas.
Yeah.
I love how you mentioned the small things, because we often think that kindness has to be some grand gesture.
Yeah,
But really, it's the small, everyday acts that can sometimes make the biggest difference.
exactly. It's about cultivating that mindset of kindness,
Mm,
being more aware of the needs of those around us,
yeah.
and responding with empathy and generosity.
And it doesn't even have to involve direct interaction with others. Maybe it's donating to a cause you believe in or volunteering your time at a local charity. There are so many ways to spread kindness, both big and small.
And remember, the #kindness challenge is not just about performing these acts, but also about sharing them. By spreading those stories, we inspire others to do the same, creating a ripple effect of compassion.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into kindness around the world, I want to leave you with a few questions to ponder. What story resonated with you the most? What act of kindness will you commit to this week? And how can you be a super spreader of positivity in your own life and community?
Let's use these incredible stories as fuel to ignite our own acts of kindness, no matter how big or small. Because together we can create a world where compassion and empathy reign supreme.
Beautifully said. We hope this deep dive has left you feeling inspired and motivated to spread a little kindness in your own corner of the world. Thanks for joining us, and until next time, keep those hearts open, and let's make the world a kinder place one act at a time.